no less. It almost feels too good to be true. But Kenichi isn't about to pass up the opportunity, so he goes ahead and purchases the log cabin. Unfortunately, the cabin seems to have been sourced from Walmart, because as soon as Kenichi purchases it, he's buried under a mountain of wooden planks and a set of instructions that make no sense to him. He takes a moment to manually read through the instructions, and just as he feared, assembling the cabin is going to be an enormous headache. However, since he's already paid for it, he has no choice but to push through and get it done. As Kenichi starts working on the construction, the beast folk he helped earlier happen to pass by, and as a gesture of gratitude, they decide to lend him a hand with the build. Several weeks pass, and with the help of the beast folk, Kenichi manages to make consistent progress on building his log cabin while still running his stall. After just under a month of hard work, the cabin is finally finished. Kenichi knows he couldn't have completed it so quickly without the beast folk's assistance, so to show his gratitude, he throws a barbecue party for them. However, even though the cabin itself is done, Kenichi still has a long list of tasks to handle on his own, like painting the walls and roof and setting up electricity. It takes him another month to sort out all the essentials, but once everything is in place, Kenichi's home becomes completely self-sufficient. He builds a fence around his house and farm, and for electricity, he installs a couple of solar panels. With his dream home finally complete, the first thing Kenichi does to celebrate is enjoy a nice warm bath, though he still needs to figure out how to install indoor plumbing, as it took several bike trips to fill up the bath. The next morning, Kenichi heads to the inn to let Azalea know that he's finished building his forest cabin and won't be staying at the inn anymore. Azalea is a bit surprised, as she didn't think Kenichi was serious when he mentioned wanting to build a house in the forest. Still, she's happy for him and proud that he achieved one of his goals, even if it means she won't get to see him as often anymore. The following day, Kenichi wakes up in his cabin, and with the weather being so beautiful, he decides to head out and take photos of the local flowers. However, his peaceful outing is abruptly interrupted when an arrow whizzes past him, nearly hitting him. Startled, Kenichi tumbles off his bike, but the attack doesn't stop. More arrows are fired, forcing him to take cover behind a tree. The culprits turn out to be a group of new beast folk living in the forest. They explain that they were out hunting and instinctively attacked him, mistaking him for a threat. However, even after realizing that Kenichi is the human who built a cabin in the forest, they remain hostile and decide to kill him anyway. Kenichi has no idea why these beast folk are attacking him,